This week on Just Killing Time.
You can shoot better. You wouldn't be doing this.
Blood. Here.
Grab your gear and come on with us, heading out from dawn to dusk. Get 'em in your sights and let it fly. Amped up to close the deal and a pocket full of tags for filling. One thing I could say keeps me alive, just killing time.
This is Just Killing Time, presented by Anderson Manufacturing. Just Killing Time is brought to you by Heater Bodysuit, Landmaster UTV, Hard Impact Penetrator Arrows, Game Sled, Seymour Sight Systems, True Lock Choke Tools, Camp Shelf, Alps Outdoors, High Mountain Seasoning, Hunting Sports Plus, American Whitetail Targets, Night Muzzleloaders, 30-06 Outdoors, Scorpion Crossbows, and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks. Closed captioning of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Invisible.
What do you think about my alfalfa patch?
Don't look bad, brother. Don't look bad at all.
Now I'm going to show you my corn plot.
What are you trying to do, run me in the weeds?
Yeah, I'm going to show you my corn plot over here. I'm just stopping here in the shade.
It does feel good in the shade right here.
Yes, it does.
Hey, before we get off the Landmaster, why don't you tell the folks at home what we're doing this week, before you walk me all across the hill and dale and the valley and everywhere else.
Well, folks, we're going to do something that Max loves to do. It just ain't went his way in the last 4 or 5 years, but we're going down with Waccamaw Hunting Services down in South Carolina. We're hunting some velvet bucks, hogs, whatever shows up.
If I see anything exciting, you will be the first to know, I guarantee.
Now, when we pulled into Waccamaw Hunting Services, Rick Grubbs was there to greet us, and as soon as we got the Dodge parked and the Landmaster unloaded, he got Buck and I out into the evening stands.
Well, we had to put our war paint on, so to speak. Rick, he just brought us in here. It looks like a honey hole. I know I've talked about a honey hole before, but this looks like a honey hole. We're down here in the PD swamp. Here at Waccamaw Hunting Services in South Carolina. It's opening day of bow season. And we're pretty tight set here. We're within 20 yards of where we need to be. And I think some hogs is using here too, but Rick's got 3 shooters in here at this site at one time.
A couple hours after being in the stand, the action picks up for Buck.
There goes our deer.
Now this little piggy went to market, and this little piggy went home. And one of these little piggies going to get stuck if he don't leave old Buck alone.
That biggest boar gives us the opportunity. I'm going to stick one here in a minute.
What did I tell you?
Well, I don't know. I might have shot that hog a little low. Fire knock's still lit up over there. We can't see any fletching on the arrow or on the shaft, so I don't know. We thought we heard one cough when it got out there, so we had to get him out of here anyway because we're waiting on the big velvet buck. So we'll go look after it gets dark. Y'all hang in there with us.
Now you'll have a fantastic time when you go down and hunt with Rick at Waccamaw, but there's 2 things you need to learn. Number 1, turn the lights out. And number 2, bring an extra shirt if you're going to miss.
Be gentle with me now. Be gentle.
That's gonna cook good. All right, turn. You ready? I'll leave you enough to tuck in, I promise.
All right, that's why I appreciate that. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Listen. If you could shoot better, we wouldn't be doing this.
You can't get them all. You gotta save some for.
Have one.
So now when you go down to Waccamaw, you'll see a little piece of green wood's eye hanging there with Buck's name on it.
Well, folks, you saw it. I missed. I said last week, Max missed, and it could happen to me next week, and it did. Like, we looked for that hog after dark, and, you know, it just wasn't nothing there much.
Hey, you know my favorite part of that hunt was when the old world famous Rick Grubbs down there at Waccamaw got that big knife out and went right across that wood's eye shirt and on that board. That's proof, folks. Buck riding me bow missing. Karma is karma.
This segment of Just Killing Time is made possible by Alps Outdoors and High Mountain Seasoning.
They call this extreme duty. We call it easy cleanup.
I shoot Anderson because it's a technically superior mil-spec product.
RF85 means no solvent and never oil.
Accurate rounds down the barrel without failure, prove it.
It's an absolute pleasure to handle, operate, maintain, and shoot.
Reliable and accurate.
Change your AR to an AM. Anderson Manufacturing AM15.
This segment of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Hunting Sports Plus and American Whitetail Targets.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Now let's get Buck back in the stand and see if he can redeem himself.
Why don't you just leave me alone? Go get in the stand yourself.
I am. Rick done set me up down at Waccamaw. I'm just waiting for the right deer.
Seems like Rick has done got Buck in the driver's seat once again. Let's see if Buck can make good on it this time. Now Buck decides to take this deer and starts moving to get in position for the shot. The deer catches the movement and the standoff begins. After the deer finally relaxes, Buck eases around and gets in position to take the shot.
Don't get any better than this bow hunting velvet bucks. I love it. Rick Grubbs, world famous Rick Grubbs, put us on the deer this morning, second morning. Y'all gotta let me sit down a minute. Get these knees, quit shaking.
This bud. Right here. Hey man, up here he is in the grass, in the weeds. 15 yards. Man, that's a pretty deer. That's a pretty velvet buck. It's not many places in the country you can hunt velvet bucks. South Carolina is one of them, and I tell you, Rick Grubbs is the man down here at Waccamaw Hunting Services. He runs a class act. This is only our second morning, August the 16th. If you don't get down here in the first 2 weeks, you won't kill one in velvet. And like I said, not many places you can do it, and Waccamaw is one of them. What a pretty deer. I just want to say thank you to the good Lord, because I just appreciate him letting me get out and do this kind of stuff, and I just hope and pray that I can do it for years to come. Yeah, I sure am glad I had that game sled down here in the South Carolina pine thicket. It might be flat down here, but it's big. Oh, man. Folks, we don't leave home without the game sled. Got him. What you think, my man?
Good job.
I appreciate it.
Good job.
You put us on the deer. You told us it was some deer down here like that. That's a pretty velvet buck. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he's pretty. You got him out the woods already.
Yeah, man.
Make my job easy.
Yeah,
too.
that game sled really helps out. We don't leave home without that thing. Well, man, you was talking about redeeming myself. I would call that redemption.
You did.
What do you think?
I think it's another hard impact for those hard impact shafts.
The penetrator, boy, the penetrator did the job.
Yes, they did.
The world famous Rick Grubbs, he put me on him.
Hey, Rick, all I want to know is since he redeemed himself, does he get half his shirt tail back?
No, I had to break out shirt number 2.
You didn't wear the same shirt? As tight as you are, I figured
Bad
you
luck.
wear the same shirt every time you go down there.
Bad luck.
This segment of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Night Muzzleloaders and 30-06 Outdoors, makers of the ladder stand Second Man.
Get a Seymour sight system and see what you have been missing.
The heater bodysuit is a one-garment solution for staying warm on stand. Our warranty is buy it, wear it. If you get cold, we'll give you your money back. No one in the clothing industry has such a warranty or dares to have such a warranty.
This segment of Just Killing Time is made possible by Scorpion Crossbows and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks.
Folks, Max always says this is my favorite part of the show. Don't let this old boy fool you. You can tell he don't back away from the table too much.
Hey, I've been known to eat a little extra helping on occasion.
So what time is it?
It's time for Camp Chef's Cooking with Puff. Let's go see what old Puff's got cooking.
Welcome back to this week Camp Chef Cooking with Puff, and we're going to take a look at fixing some of our favorite deer loin on the grill. And we start out packing our loin in the fall and vacuum pack it. We've removed all the fat, all that old tissue and sinew off of it. That helps keep it from getting strong. Remember that, get all the fat off of any wild game, all the tissue off of it, and it'll have a whole lot better, pleasant taste. So we vacuum pack it. We've took some out and we've sliced it, you know, 1/2 inch or so thick. You can slice it even thicker if you want. And we're going to go ahead and marinate that this morning. And we're going to be using a little bit of spice, and there's several things out on the market that'll work. High Mountain has some stuff. This is just some kosher salt and some spices and pepper and a little bit of, we're going to put a little bit of maple sugar on it, and that's optional, of course. Since we make it, we like to use it. Helps to tenderize things, and we always like to get stuff nice and tender. Then we're going to go with one of our own Puff's Virginia blend, Virginia red marinade and barbecue sauce. It's a vinegar base. You can see it's rather thin. It works super good. It also helps to break down the tissue and tenderize it. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. It also helps to tenderize, gives it a flavor, gives it a good flavor. Tenderizing works wonderful. We let this marinade overnight in the refrigerator from morning till evening, depends on when you're going to eat it, or an hour. Whatever time you have. The longer the better with it, under refrigeration of course. We'll take it out, take a piece out then, and you can do one of two things. We'll kind of bake and wrap them a little. When you've got all the fat removed from your venison, then you know it has a tendency to dry out if you're not careful, and makes it unpleasant. We'll bake and wrap some of these, just like that. All right, we're going to go to our Camp Chef grill box, which we've got preheated, and it's running pretty warm right now, so we're going to drop these on there. Yeah. And we're going to give them a little bit. We're not going to cook them overdone. It don't need to be that way. It's more pleasant when it's about a medium well and tender. So we'll give them a little bit and see what happens. Just stay tuned. Okay, I think we got what we're looking for here. We have kind of charred the bacon a little bit, got it crisp so it's eatable. And our steaks are probably medium to medium well. Look at that, nice and done, still moist and juicy and tender. And you know, I believe it'll be pleasing to the taste, to everyone, young and old alike. And with the meat prices like they are commercially, we need to take advantage of all the wild game that we have and make it where our families like it. And we look forward to the next meal with it. And these simple recipes here will help you do that. And it's very simple to do. So If you need product, southernmostmaple.com, and we'd be glad to ship you or direct you to the nearest retailer on our barbecue sauces and maple products. More recipes, in depth, look online at jkttv.com. And until next week, look forward to seeing you again here with Camp Chef Cooking with Puff.
The Game Sled is a unique game recovery system that comes in 2 distinct models. From its small carry pouch, the Game Sled expands into a super strong game recovery tool.
Anything you want to say, folks at home?
Yeah, you need to have a Game Sled.
The new Penetrator arrows from Hard Impact Technologies are revolutionizing bow hunting. Their patented weight-forward transferring system, deployed upon impact, delivers the deepest penetration possible into or through your target. Contact them today and make an impact on your next hunt.
It's another jelly head for a True Lock.
With a True Lock choke tube, you're truly locked and loaded. Welcome back to the show, everybody. You know, Rick down at Waccamaw has a great place. I was down there buck-and-eye deer hunting. Unfortunately, I just didn't see the deer I wanted. You can see Buck got his. We had to come back to Virginia, but we got a phone call. Put your hand down, man. I'm talking to the folks. We got a phone call from the world-famous Rick Grubbs. He had a couple kids, wanted to go spring turkey hunting. We slid back down with the cameras. Let's get right out in the field and see if we can help these young people get on a couple birds.
After spotting some birds in the field, Lee and his daddy Kyle decide to slip in and see if they can get close enough to get one to head their direction. After a little sweet talk from Kyle, one of the birds peeled off and started making his way toward their position.
Well, folks, it's Youth Day down here in South Carolina. We're down here with Waccamaw Hunting Services. Myself and Max pulled into camp last night, and it was my pleasure to sit with Lee Daniel and his dad Kyle this morning. Tell you what, they knew where the birds were. We got on a big gobbler this morning, and he just didn't want to cooperate. He's been in that field every day for the past week or so. They just didn't show up, man. He knew what was going to happen this morning. Anyway, we left, headed to another spot, spotted 2 gobblers and 3 hens out in this other field. Made the setup. Kyle started doing his thing, and wouldn't you know it, they cut across and was coming in our back door, and we had to make a move. And I tell you what, old Lee here put the hammer on him this morning, man. He made a pretty good shot. It was 40 couple yards. I'm proud of you. What do you think, buddy? You love it, don't you?
Yes, sir.
How many turkeys have you killed now?
Killed 5.
5? Man, I wasn't even hunting turkeys when I was your age. This gobbler knew when he had to leave the woods too. Old Lee's got a big baseball game today, and he has to be out here at 9 o'clock, and it's 10 till 9 right now, so this bird read the script. What you guys say, Dad?
I tell you what, it was an awesome hunt, and Lee made a good shot on the turkey. He really did.
Now, while Buck was out with Lee and Kyle, I tagged along with Rick Grubbs and a young man named Trenton Burrows. Let's get right into the action and see how our morning unfolded.
Game second shot, young man.
I had a great and successful hunt this morning with Mr. Rick Grubbs from the Waccamaw Hunting Service, and I just want him to know that I am thankful that he took me this morning so I can kill this turkey.
Great hunt this morning, Trenton. Great shot. 2012 Youth Day. Started off the season right with a great turkey. Good job, buddy.
Now, if you want to spend a great time hunting in South Carolina, give Mr. Rick Grubbs of Waccamaw Hunting Services a call at 877-664-2600 or on the web at huntinglodge.net or jkttv.com.
Folks, I tell you, it doesn't get any better than hunting with the kids. I had a blast down there with Lee and his dad, Kyle. I tell you, old Lee, he's a big baseball nut, and he's a big baseball player and had a game that morning. He could only hunt till 9 o'clock, so after our first setup, we went riding around a little bit and saw this longbeard out in the field, and Lee shot that bird at 8:45. Congratulations, my man.
Talk about taking it to the bottom of the ninth. Congratulations, Lee. Hey, what'd you think about Trenton?
Man, I tell you what, that was a recovery and a half.
You know, people talk about taking kids, folks. One thing I love about taking kids is they're more agile and they have reflexes like a cat, and that proved it. That young man knew how to handle a gun, and he recovered in a situation that I don't know if I could have pulled it off.
Congratulations, Trenton.
Exactly.
Folks, I tell you what, if you enjoyed these kids hunting this week, you don't want to miss next week's show because it's all about the youth.
That's exactly right. As we leave you today, watch some steams from next week's show. We'll see you next week.
Next week on Just Killing Time.
Well, folks, you saw it. We got in the stand probably 10 minutes ago. I'm sitting here with my little girl, Anna.
Oh, Daddy, oh my God. What is Daddy still here? It's a freaking big buck out in the field.
This is Just Killing Time, presented by Anderson Manufacturing. Just Killing Time is brought to you by Heater Bodysuit, Landmaster UTV, Hard Impact Penetrator Arrows, Game Sled, Seymour Sight Systems, True Lock Choke Tools, Camp Shelf, Alps Outdoors, High Mountain Seasoning, Hunting Sports Plus, American Whitetail Targets, Night Muzzleloader, 30-06 Outdoors, Scorpion Crossbows, and Deer Haven Trophy Bucks. Closed captioning of Just Killing Time is brought to you by Invisible.